where to buy Marvel figures in Japan, and how much do they actually cost. Thank you for joining me in our Japan toy hunt. Akihabara is Japan's holy grail for Marvel action figures, from MAFEX, SHFiguarts, and Revoltech to Hasbro Marvel Legends. But if you walk into the wrong shop, it's a total tourist trap where you'll overpay. Today, I'm helping you dodge those markup traps, find the best deals, and take advantage of Japan's 10% tax-free shopping. My wife gave me just 2 hours to complete my entire Marvel shopping list. Did I pull it off, or did I leave empty-handed? Let's find out. Collectors spend countless hours going in circles around Akihabara. That's fine if you're hunting anime figures, but if you're a Marvel action figure collector like me, you hunt in a straight line first. Our starting point? In the middle of that line is Akihabara Station. This is a hunt for Wolverine, specifically the SHFiguarts Gamerverse Wolverine. Back in 2025, I learned that the newly released SHFiguarts figures are usually available at Tamashii Nation Store, Tokyo, so I'm hoping to find the sold-out Gamerverse Wolverine here today. The store is fantastic for store exclusives, but I won't buy regular releases here unless they're completely sold out everywhere else. Why? Because you don't get tax-free shopping at this location. Remember, Tamashii Nation Store Tokyo is best for exclusives or hard-to-find items, but the regular figures will cost you more since there is no tourist discount. Unfortunately, this visit is a disappointment. The figure displays here were honestly better back in 2025. These ones just don't excite me as much. No new Marvel figures and no SHFiguarts Gamerverse Wolverine. Time to move fast into the opposite direction. We're heading back towards Akihabara Station, taking the Electric Town Gate exit and making a straight shot for Radio Kaikan. You can't miss it. Look at that bright yellow sign on the building and the massive line of people moving in. It's like a movie premiere. It must be really good inside. Ignore the colorful figure displays and the crowds outside the shop. Unlike you, most of the people here are hunting for anime merch. Take the escalator straight up to the 4th floor. If you collect Marvel import figures, this name will be familiar. It's AmiAmi. The big difference between shopping here in person versus online is, as a tourist, you pay less. For general goods, the current spend threshold is 5,000 yen before tax, which comes out to 5,500 yen, including Japan's 10% consumption tax. Once you hit that 5,500 yen limit on a single receipt, Japan waives that 10% tax entirely. Just show your passport. How sure am I? I tested it myself, not just once but multiple times during this Japan trip. I actually bought something for my son that was under 5,500 yen and I didn't get that rebate. Important note, I filmed this trip under Japan's current tax-free system, but the rules are changing from November 2026. So check the latest requirements before your trip. I'll explain those exact changes in detail in a moment. This store reminds me of riding the train in Manila, the Philippines. It's packed like a sardine can. It's almost impossible to get any personal space, and if you move even an inch, you'll bump into another shopper. But stick with me, there's only one specific shelf in this entire shop that holds all the Marvel figures across every brand, including Marvel Legends. Shout out to Miss Lenore San. MAFEX Rogue on display and available here in AmiAmi. MAFEX number 147 Spider-Man black costume for 9,680 yen. Without tax, that would be 8,800 yen or 53.21 USD. You pay a little bit more than the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Symbiote Spider-Man at 50 USD. I should have picked up this one. More Spider-Man with MAFEX Miles Morales and Ben Reilly here. The MAFEX Punisher is heavily stocked here. I'm hitting plenty of other shops across Japan on this trip, but I'll be straight with you. I have a feeling this is going to be the lowest price we see for Punisher anywhere. AmiAmi is selling him here in Akihabara with a 15% off discount at 11,960 yen. But as a tourist, you get tax-free shopping, bringing the price even down further at 10,872 yen or 66 USD. At the time of my trip, American retailers were selling this figure double that. Hiding on the bottom shelf is the SHFiguarts Gamerverse Wolverine for 9,900 yen. But as a tourist, showing my passport at checkout, I paid 9,000 yen. Wait a minute, 900 yen isn't 10% of 9,900 yen. Here's a quick tip on Japanese tax math. The price in the sticker includes Japan's 10% consumption tax. To find your tourist price, you divide the total by 1.1 to get the base pre-tax cost. That's why 9,900 yen drops straight down to 9,000 yen, tax-free, which works about 55 USD. But here's where I messed up on the payment. I tapped my regular credit card, which incurred foreign transaction fees. It ended up costing me more. If you want to save every dollar for more toys, use a Wise card instead. You get the best rate when you pay in local currency, and Wise lets you spend like a local. I drop a link in the description below so you don't burn extra cash on bank fees like I did. One figure down, the clock is ticking, let's keep moving. But I'm so tempted by the new MAFEX Blue Venom and MAFEX Carnage. I didn't end up buying Blue Venom in this specific shop, but as you guys know from my review, I definitely picked him up on this trip. So where did I find him? You'll find out very soon. I really need to move, but this shelf is so distracting. Check out these larger scale Street Fighter figures. They definitely look bigger than a 1/12 scale to me. And directly behind them are the imported Hasbro Marvel Legends. And I say imported because you're paying full import markup prices for Hasbro here in Japan. So don't hunt Marvel Legends here unless they're completely sold out or discontinued back home. I'll show you where to find the old discontinued ones later in this trip. The Maximum Series store is already here, plus the Spider-Man Brand New Day Hulk. And for the customizers in my community who keep asking about blank bodies for custom figures, they got a few of those available right here too. Take the escalator up to the 5th floor of Radio Kaikan. The Kaiyodo Hobby Lobby Tokyo store should be your main target here. On my first Japan trip, I have no plan. This time, I know exactly what I want, and next on my list is the Revoltech Cable version 1.5. Notice the sticker on the top of Revoltech boxes. You get a bonus accessory when you purchase directly here. But that extra perk comes with a catch. There is no tourist tax refund at this location. Other shops on our hunt sell Revoltech figures cheaper because of the tax refund, but without that bonus piece. I picked up Cable for 13,200 yen, about 81 USD. Honestly, anything over 10,000 yen trips a wire in my brain. It must be the 5-digit price tag, but conversion is key. In America, this same cable costs 131 USD. That's a 50 USD markup overseas. So it's no wonder they strictly enforce a 1 per customer limit. I was tempted by the Razor's Edge figure for 11,000 yen, but that reminded me of another problem: box size. The Revoltech Cable box ate a lot of space in my luggage. The box also got dented. Compared to MAFEX and Revoltech, SHFiguarts packaging is by far the most luggage-friendly because it's so compact. Meanwhile, Revoltech Chun-Li is sitting here at 12,100 yen or 73 USD. On to the next shop. They have plenty of MAFEX figures but no tax-free shopping, and I was told no video recording inside. Another popular spot for new and pre-owned figures is Jungle. It's a literal jungle here. Looking from the outside, I assume it's almost identical to their Osaka branch which I visited in my last trip. Finally, on the 6th floor, we hit Yellow Submarine. They have a few MAFEX figures in glass cabinets like the MAFEX Blue Venom and Punisher. Seeing them here got me thinking, do I really want to pull the trigger? Blue Venom is 8,980 yen and Punisher is 12,480 yen. Tax rebate or not, AmiAmi on the 4th floor definitely has the better prices. They do have older MAFEX and SHFiguarts here. And oh, there's a Marvel Legends blade displayed in the glass case too. Just around the corner from Radio Kaikan is the standalone AmiAmi Akihabara figure tower. If the Radio Kaikan location didn't satisfy your hunt, this building has 8 full floors. Since this is a Marvel and action figure hunt, I'm skipping the floors without interest. Will I finally pick up MAFEX, Blue Venom, or Carnage? Let's see how strong my willpower actually is. The third floor is dedicated to action figures. Revoltech is fully stocked, and since it's AmiAmi, you get the tax-free shopping on purchases over 5,500 yen. Just show your passport. You'll see the same figures from the Kaiyodo shop here, just without the bonus accessories. I've been watching a lot of anime lately, so I can't help looking at anime figures too. I've wanted the Yusuke Umereshi figure since 2025 trip. He's down to 6,980 yen here. But I still held back. I'm such a cheapskate. Next to Yusuke is Kurama for 8,410 yen. Sakamoto Days is here too. I really should have picked up this one, but I kept telling myself to stay focused on Marvel. Again, distractions. Snail shell figures and bunny figures are over here. Shout out to Lado Toys. I'd love to collaborate on figures like this. In this floor, it's important to double check which shelf you're grabbing from because some sections are pre-owned. I actually wasn't aware Figma made Avengers movie figures. The main trio is right here. Chris Evans' Captain America, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, and RDJ's Iron Man. They're surprisingly cheap at 5,500 yen. That's $32. But they are pre-owned. Maybe used. What do you think? For educational purposes, I probably should have picked up one since I don't own any Figma figures yet. It would have been great for comparison reviews. The highly sought after Figma Momo Ayase is sitting at 22,000 yen. Again, that 5-digit price tag held me back. They also carry import Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. And for my fellow Kit Bash enthusiasts, there are soft goods clothes accessories for sale. American Characters figures are located on the 4th floor of AmiAmi, starting with a warm welcome from Queen Jean as Dark Phoenix on a retro card. There are a few Marvel Legends here, including X-Men 97 Archangel for 8,690 yen. That's MAFEX pricing for a Legends figure. Single Legends figures, Deadpool and Wolverine, are priced close to the retail US price. Spider-Man Brand New Day Hulk or Grandpa Hulk is priced at 8,690 yen as well. To prove how wild the Legends import price is, in my trip here, MAFEX Carnage is 8,580 yen, cheaper than the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Brand New Day Hulk. MAFEX Gwen is 9,100 yen. As for X-Men, MAFEX Rogue can be tricky to find, but outside of Medicom Toys official stores in Japan, both AmiAmi locations in Akihabara have plenty in stock. Well, I finally gave up and got myself the MAFEX Blue Venom for 8,328 yen. That's 51 USD. That's 3 figures back in an hour and a half. So I have 30 minutes left on the clock. In this whole trip, I got the tax refund instantly at the checkout. But after November 2026, there would be changes in the tourist tax refund system. You need to keep your receipts because you will get your refund at the airport. So keep that in mind for your future budget planning. With 30 minutes left on the clock, I run across the street. EDION. SHFiguarts and Tamashii Nation products are usually easy to spot in almost every corner of Japan. EDION often has low prices, though the SHFiguarts Gamerverse Wolverine is listed at the standard 9,900 yen here. Being the cheapskate I am, I finally picked up the SHFiguarts Yu Yu Hakusho Yusuke Umereshi here, 5,700 yen. This was the absolute lowest price I found across my entire trip, 1,200 yen cheaper than AmiAmi. I also wanted the SHFiguarts Chun-Li so I could compare her against my Jada Toys version, so I grabbed her as well. Together, they came out 11,684 yen after the tax refund. That wrapped up my purchases for the day, though I did come back later in the trip to pick up a few more grails, which I will reveal later. With my 2-hour timer officially expired, it's time to check in with the boss, my wife, to see if I needed to meet up. She told me they were still relaxing in a cafe and I could keep on hunting. Technically, I completed my main Marvel shopping list within 2-hour limit, but I have yet to show you the rare and discontinued Marvel Legends. Let's continue our Japan toy hunt. Now we're breaking the straight line strategy we talked about at the beginning. We're running in circles now. Two spots I checked on proxy search tool called JP Fans that listed Marvel figures are Surugaya and Mandarake. First, let's check Surugaya. They have multiple shops across Japan, so whatever shows up on JP Fans might not always be at this specific branch, especially since secondhand stock moves fast. Inside, I spotted another MAFEX Rogue, a Marvel Legends Loki, and even the rare older MAFEX number 75 Spider-Man for 26,800 yen. That's 166 USD. Always double check at the register regarding tax-free shopping, as policies vary by store location. Their MAFEX Rogue is sitting at 13,400 yen. Notice that's a bit higher than AmiAmi's 11,030 yen price tag, but if AmiAmi is sold out, this is your best backup option. Rogue at 82 USD is still solid. You're paying an extra $13 compared to AmiAmi, but that's way better than the 120 USD in American shops. I know that 5-digit yen value stings, but converted, it really is not that bad. Next up, get ready for some major Marvel Legends and ToyBiz nostalgia because we're entering Mandarake. They also have multiple locations in Japan. While the third floor has general Marvel merch, what we want is up the 6th floor. They have the X-Men Revolution Cyclops for 6,200 yen, 37 USD. Since Mandarake shop offers tourist tax refunds, I'd pay 5,637 yen or 33 USD, but I passed because the sticker marked him as used. It's quite dark and crowded here, but they do have brand new unopened figures mixed in. Look at these 3 unopened, astonishing X-Men Wolverine from the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave. Check out this classic ToyBiz Apocalypse figure. He looks awesome for just 3,818 yen, that's 22 USD after tax, and even include Ozymandias, who popped up in X-Men 97 Season 2. Instant nostalgia with Halle Berry Storm action figure right here, unopened for a low price of 2,500 yen. I might have some regrets skipping her. The 3.75-inch Marvel Universe White Queen Emma Frost is here, brand new for 3,000 yen. I really should have grabbed her, but buying 5 figures in a single day started to give me collector's guilt. What if I find even better stuff in Osaka? It's only my first day in Japan and I'm already shopping like crazy. Pro tip, even if you don't have immediate plans to visit Japan, you can still buy the figures you see here at Mandarake and Surugaya directly through JP Fans, assuming they're still in stock. Or just browse endlessly down their nostalgia rabbit hole. You might even run into the sexy Ronald McDonald over there. If you want to jump in, use my link below to get some extra coupons and save on shipping. The final shops I'll visit might be the most important one in this trip. If you want a guaranteed tax refund and extra discounts, these are the top places to visit. You can find them in different places in Japan and by far the most convenient, and you can practically do your entire Japan shopping in one go. While known for electronics, both Bic Camera and Yodobashi sell plenty of toys too. Let's start with Bic Camera. This was the first time I saw the red Revoltech Deadpool sitting at 13,200 yen. But that's not even the final price, because mega stores like this offer additional discounts depending on how you pay. Depending on current store promotions and your payment method, you can qualify for extra savings. During my trip, using a Visa card like the Wise card unlocks those additional discounts. Besides the MAFEX figures, they also have Marvel Legends available. Honestly, the shelf display feels like it's arranged by price bracket, since a Marvel Legends costs almost as much as a MAFEX here. I saw MAFEX Captain America for 10,700 yen. What I love about shopping in Japan is the in-store presentation. Back home in Australia, displays like this are rare. Japanese displays are so elaborate and complete. They make you feel like a kid stepping into a candy store, eyes going wide looking at all the figures lined up in front of you. Next, let's check out Yodobashi Camera. Between Bic Camera and Yodobashi, prices vary along with store-specific promotions. I recommend scouting both stores first and doing the math before pulling out your wallet and passport. You won't need to worry about hitting the 5,500 yen minimum requirement for a tax refund here, because a single import figure usually clears that threshold easily. However, if you buy an SHFiguarts One Piece Luffy or Dragon Ball Goku, you'll need to add another item to hit that 5,500 yen threshold. Unfortunately, I was a bit too early and missed out the official drop of the SHFiguarts Spider-Man Brand New Day figures, Hulk and Spider-Man. I was really hoping to grab them on this trip because they cost significantly more back in Australia. Notice SHFiguarts Chun-Li is listed at 8,160 yen here. I got her cheaper at EDION, so my shameless, frugal toy hunter side wins again. One anime my kids and I love is My Hero Academia, and they have plenty of those figures here. They also carry Ranma 1/2. I know some of you might say it's not completely kid-friendly show, but to me it's just harmless comedy. Next to a life-size Iron Man statue, they have Marvel Legends locked away in a heavily guarded glass display case. There are said D toys, a few more MAFEX figures, and like I said, no MAFEX Rogue here. The MAFEX Punisher at AmiAmi is still the cheapest price I've seen for the whole trip. I bought tech at Yodobashi in the past. In fact, the DJI Osmo Pocket I'm using to film this entire toy hunt was bought here, and I got a tax refund on it. On this trip, however, I didn't buy any figures here because I managed to complete my main shopping list earlier on. I treat Yodobashi and Big Camera as my reliable backup options. Like what I said a while ago, their stores are conveniently located in different spots of Japan. They might offer great card discounts, but they didn't have the popular Gamerverse Wolverine, and their Revoltech figures don't come with that bonus accessory you get directly at the Kaiyodo store. Still, these stores are massive time savers if you're traveling with family. While you're hunting for figures, your spouse and kids can shop for souvenir, snacks, or Japan exclusive watches in the exact same building. In all of Japan, some people say Akihabara is an expensive tourist trap. But you've seen on this hunt, I didn't fall into that trap. I avoided it by planning ahead and knowing exactly which figures I wanted before I stepped off the train. Just because the Tamashii Nation store Tokyo is the first shop you see outside the station doesn't mean it has the best prices or tax-free perks. It's also crucial to set a budget and understand the conversions. I got caught up in a mental trap thinking anything over 10,000 yen was automatically too expensive, even when the math proved otherwise. In another video, that exact mindset caused me to miss out on one of the best MAFEX figures I could have bought in this trip. So stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss that story. My toy hunts are different than other creators because I want to give you the real, practical tips that actually stretch your budget. If you found this breakdown helpful, please share it with our fellow collectors. Hit that like button and smash the hype button. I've set up a full playlist of my Japan toy hunts and haul breakdowns right on the screen. The day before the flight back home to Australia, I went back to AmiAmi Radio Kaikan and picked up two more figures, the MAFEX Cyclops and Revoltech X-Force Deadpool. Which also tells you from the 10 shops I visited in Akihabara, Japan, the best prices for the items I want is in AmiAmi. And if you're looking to pick up any of the figures online, I left some helpful links in the description below. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next unstoppable Japan toy hunt.
I'm Tiger Knight.